Hey everybody, how you doing? I hope you're well. And the news is that the Oakland, well, African American Sports Entertainment Group, AASEG, proposal to buy the City of Oakland's share of the Oakland-Alameda County Coliseum and bring NFL football back to Oakland and another professional sports team is on the agenda for the same July 20th meeting that is set for the same July 20th meeting that's set for the Oakland Athletics. And as I talk to you about this, I'm actually also editing what I wrote because this is breaking news, folks, breaking news. And as I wrote in the text, on Thursday, July 11th, I said July 11th, and sort of what, June 11th. It's good to read things out loud, isn't it? The Oakland City Council Rules Committee put the African American Sports and Entertainment Group proposal to buy the City of Oakland's share of the Oakland Coliseum, or once Oakland-Alameda County Coliseum. That's still its name. And bring NFL football back to Oakland and another professional sports league, possibly the WNBA, on the July 20th, 2021 City Council agenda. Yeah, boom, okay. And so the news, basically, we don't know what the AASEG is. It was assembled by Ray Bobbitt and includes famed sports agent Bill Duffy, Oakland developer Allan Dones, and former Oakland City Administrator Robert Bobb. Mr. Bobbitt spearheaded the effort to save the Raiders when the Oakland Raiders were considering a relocation to Las Vegas that the NFL eventually approved on March 26th of 2017. The overall proposal is for full development. Oh, you know what? This also includes former Oakland City Administrator Bobb and business consultant. Can't leave consultant in Oakland. Say Oakland business consultant, Shonda Scott. Shonda Scott. There. Got it. Okay, make sure I got that right. Mr. Bobbitt spearheaded the effort to save the Raiders when the Oakland Raiders were considering what eventually became a relocation to Las Vegas that was ratified by the National Football League on March 26, 2017. The overall proposal is for full development of the approximately 11 million square feet of developmental footprint that the group says can generate between 20,000 and 40,000 jobs, and as well as hundreds of additional entrepreneurial opportunities as well as hundreds of additional entrepreneurial opportunities that will have a significantly beneficial impact on the quality of life for the residents of the surrounding communities of the Coliseum site. In addition, the AASEG reports that it is currently in high-level discussions with 2 professional sports leagues about becoming partners and tenants in the new development. This will occur on the same day as the Oakland Athletics Howard Terminal stadium project. So July 20th, 2021 will go down as Sports Stadium Day in Oakland, as the Oakland Athletics Howard Terminal term sheet and related community benefits agreement is on the same agenda. Good morning, David Compton. How are you doing? Any questions? How you doing, my man? Still got to get your sweatshirt to you. That's been too long coming. And my intent here is just report that this happened. And I think this is a major milestone in the effort to retain sports in Oakland. Hey, Richard, how you doing? Nice. We got all the right people here. So we went from 7 people to 1 person, and that's weird. Are both you and Richard still here? Okay. Any questions you guys have? I just got this information, really information that was on the agenda. Rules Committee was yesterday. It went through a number of meetings with city staff, Oakland City Council members, and of course the community. Many hundreds. Okay. And Richard says he called into the city meeting to support the motion. And awesome. And Richard's a Zenny 62 Media vlogger as well, who I met because he was involved, along with Ray Bobbitt, in the effort to save the Raiders, save Oakland sports, basically. So, yeah, I think right now the group is in a great position to make this happen. As you know, there were other competing groups. There was Dave Stewart, and I don't know what happened to Dave Stewart at this point. And I know that there was an effort to bring Dave Stewart and Ray Bobbitt and parties together, and I don't know what happened to that. Hey, Tony, how you doing? Good morning to you. How are you, sir? I like that. He says, I couldn't stay to hear the decision. Yeah, the decision was that it was agendized. That was the decision. That was the decision. It was agendized. And Tony Gear says, football back in Oakland. Let's make it happen. Hey, Richard, I was tied up with other things. Was the meeting packed in a Zoom sense, or could you get an idea of what was happening? What was happening there? So I think if it shows you how chocked with stuff I've been, it's like, wow. But this is out now. So I was going to get this. This is out now. So what do you all think about this, the prospect of this? I think it's just one good $20 million investment from being a really great. Richard Hake said there were a lot of Zoom callers. It's great. Lots of Zoom callers. And I don't recall seeing any, when I hit the Oak meeting thing, I don't recall seeing any want to talk on the phone. I'm driving. Yeah, sure. Definitely. I'll call you, Richard, right now. It's funny, when I searched for Oak meeting, I don't recall seeing anyone from any media reporting on this. Maybe they just didn't use the right Twitter hashtag, if they did at all, report on it at all. Hold on a second, Richard. I'm dialing up your number here and calling you right now.
Morning, Zenny.
Hey, man, how you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah.
So, I just kind of wanted to fill you in a little bit what was going on with that. I took a few minutes to jump in on the call. That was that Zoom call yesterday. I got in at the end. And while I was on hold, there was quite a few callers. There's a lot of people that they didn't that they pretty much cut off the public comment. There was the two main issues were the stadium or the Coliseum project, and then there was the guy's name is totally slipping my tongue. I'm terrible with names. There was a guy who was basically killed by police, and there was an item that was to basically ban asphyxiation holds and militarization stuff from Oakland. Anyways, but there was most of the people were calling in support of the I always mess it up.
AASEG. Yeah.
I was notified the night before that this was happening, and they asked if I would call in to support, and I did. I didn't get to stay on too long. I didn't see that they actually put it on, so that's nice to see, because they were arguing about the name of the item, and city attorneys and Rebecca Kaplan and the city attorneys. There was just a lot of back and forth about the name's not proper. We can't move forward with the name because it doesn't specify the Coliseum, and it doesn't specify the other parties in play. They wanted to move forward with the item for July 20th as is, what Kaplan did. But this other group, which seemed to be the city attorneys, wanted to be more specific. They wanted to kind of push it, so they had time to change the name to be very specific.
Of the agenda?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
Specific of what? Of the agenda or the name of the group?
Kind of. It seemed to be the title. Like the title would have been very long. Basically, they wanted to specify that this item is about the development of the Coliseum specifically, and they wanted not just AASEG in that, but they also wanted Dave Stewart, and I believe there were like 5 total groups, basically. The A's, Dave Stewart, the AASEG, and 2 others who are all in basically a bidding process on that.
Oh, I get it. Okay.
So it sounded like they will be discussing not just Ray's proposal, but multiple proposals.
Yeah.
So, but it's just that, like I said, I don't know what happened. It looks like they moved forward without changing the name.
Yeah. There are. I'm as you tell me as I'm updating my text. It says there are 5 total proposals, right?
That's what my understanding.
Yeah.
But
to purchase
Rays seems to be, at least from what I've seen, I haven't seen a whole lot of anything. Rays at least seems to be the one that seems to address several things, which is the Coliseum specific plan. There's everybody else just wants to make development, and maybe Dave Stewart's plan might involve some sort of sports, but he has backers. He has it's all about Oakland. I honestly, I think at this point I'm distrustful of outsiders. Honestly, groups of outside business people who just see money signs in their eyes, and they don't really see the people that it affects. And I think Ray's plan specifically targets, the people of East Oakland, to give them economic and
Mm-hmm.
It's not about, we're just trying to make some money and then, we're going to, I don't know, turn around and sell this or, take high-priced condos and we're going to price out the people in East Oakland. We don't really care. And that's usually how it feels. And that, honestly, it's kind of how the A's project feels. It's just like, it doesn't, they can say rooted in Oakland all they want. It doesn't really, it feels, that Dark Eagles is they're from Europe. I'm like, wow, there's no local architect or, there's nobody local that could do this process, make their drawings and everything else. I find that hard to believe.
Yeah.
And it makes me wonder about, should it go forward, how many black or minority-owned contractors will get that business.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That was quite a few callers made those questions. It's like, Oakland has been found guilty by some group of racist practices in hiring.
It's a big problem. It's a huge problem. Yeah.
And that was a huge concern.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think just with this, I would be concerned with any project that's going on in Oakland.
Mm-hmm.
The other agenda item was a building of a residential complex by the West Oakland Barn.
Yeah, that's I think that's a project that Allan Dones is involved in. So that's a huge project. Yeah. His
name came up. I guess it was approved, but now somebody wants to. They don't feel like they got to have their say in the process. Now they want to settle it. But regardless, I found out about it. I didn't know what was happening. Kind of last minute, and then I just kind of went in there, voice. I don't know how it's going to anything. I find it interesting that they want to put it on the same agenda.
That is interesting. Yeah, what do you think about
July
that?
20th. I don't know. It could be a nice put up or shut up moment, honestly, for the A's.
Uh-huh.
Because they've been saying that the Howard Terminal project is independent from the Coliseum project, and one doesn't affect the other.
Right.
They said it multiple times.
Right.
Now, let's say we take that off the table for them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, well, we don't want to give you, the project, or we don't want to give you the project unless you, meet these financial, these guys are bidding more. So unless you can make a matching or better offer to the city, we're gonna move forward with these guys. So, if that was the case, and for instance, they do approve the Howard Terminal issues, that kind of puts them in, a corner of sorts. It's like, okay, you can have this, but you can't have that.
Mm-hmm.
Now you need to, you can't have both, but you got the one that you want. What do you really want?
Right.
So are you going to still work with your parallel paths, or are we good here? Because they still own 50% of the land, so whatever happens, whether it's with Ray or Dave Stewart or any of these other groups, they're going to have to work in concert with them or sell them the land or whatever happens. The A's have their hand in it.
Right.
Right. So they'll have to figure that one out, and I think that kind of forces them to play ball a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And so for when I saw that, I'm like, this is the same date. This is the kind of the situation that's in play. And I'm like, I wonder if this was a, the A's are going, well, we have options. And I feel like maybe this is the Oakland politics going, well, we have options too.
Yeah, I hope not. I think that's the problem with our city is that I remember something that I think it was actually Dan Kalb, if I can bring this up, that made a comment at the time that the Raiders we had the day of at the Coliseum when they had the big kickoff. You were there, right? I think.
Sounds familiar.
When they had the big rally. Yeah. Hold on. We had the big rally. Let me do this. Let me come back because I've got to. Hold on a second, please. That's a robocall. Sorry about that. It's a robocall. Let me do this because I've got to. It's 12:01. Folks, let me come back here. I'll be right back. I just have to take care of something here. I'm going to stop this camera. I'll be right back. Hey, everybody. I will be back with an update on this and approximately, about 4 hours from now, 4 or 5 hours from now today. And we'll pick this up. But to answer your question, Tony, you were asking, will the A's stay in Oakland here 50-50? That is up to, there are a lot of moving parts to that question that I think should be fleshed out, okay? But subscribe to Zenny62 and bookmark oaklandnewsnow.com, and I will be back with updates. Thank you. That ends this broadcast.